Be empowered to discover and destroy the cause of self-limitation and maximize performance in life, business, and relationships. How would you like to know how to overcome your biggest pains, fears, and barriers to success in life, business, or relationships permanently and fast? So what is the Core Encounter and what does it mean? The Core Encounter is a highly specialized and strategically designed focus group for radically improving your performance in any and all areas of life by addressing those root or core issues that secretly control your behavior, reducing your power, freedom, aliveness, and effectiveness in your health, career or business, relationships, and even your entire life. I refer to your internal operating system as your core, and inside of that core, there is the very power and essence of life itself. And this fountain of dynamic life force moves through your core or your operating system, which is that set of thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and behaviors that define who you are in life and in this world. Most of this operating system is subconscious or hidden from your conscious view and your awareness. And all of your self-sabotaging factors are stored in this hidden region, which makes it very difficult to nearly impossible for most people to affect real change in their lives. So in the Core Encounter, you have a rare, powerful, and accelerated opportunity to encounter this usually hidden domain and transform its contents to permanently and quickly alter your entire life. You can consider it a mirror giving you a clear view into the subconscious mind. As a life, business, and recovery coach, I get to work with a wide range of people with many types of challenges, fears, barriers, and problems. And you might be facing some of these right now in your own life. So let's look inside of what I call the success triad, which is comprised of you, your business or career, and your lifestyle. Let's look at you first. Are you struggling with irrational fear, past pain, or trauma, or limiting beliefs, and feel like you're being held back because of it? Are you dissatisfied with your body image, your energy levels, or the quality of your health? Or do you feel weak, unfit, or even awkward in your own body? Does fear of failure keep you from taking action on your dreams? Or how about a fear of success? Is there emotional instability? Are you unable to be with certain emotions in yourself or with other people? Or do you lash out in anger at your kids or people that you love and then later regret it? Is your communication ineffective at times because of the emotional instability? Is your mind sometimes busy, full of chatter, worried, unsure, not as sharp as you wish it were? Are you spiritually depleted, confused, uncertain, or not even sure what spirituality really is for you? Okay, so now let's look at the domain of business and career in the success triad. Do you feel that you're not running at optimal speed in your business or at work? Are your sales low, your workload overwhelming, or has your productivity dropped at all? Do you know that you can produce so much more inside of your position but feel stuck or limited? Do you have important goals but seem to always be distracted or run into too many challenges before you ever attain them? Maybe you even procrastinate or find yourself just too busy to go after what you want. Are you frustrated with your coworkers, feeling isolated, or have poor or shallow communication with them or your employees? Do you feel that no one really listens to you? Have you lost your power with your voice? Do you dread going to the office or to the workplace? Have you lost a sense of purpose and meaning at work? Or have you accepted a lower set of standards to fit in with everyone around you? Let's take a look at your lifestyle. Have your relationships been painful, end badly, or never seemed to live up to your expectations? Is your life overly routine, boring, or lacking excitement and fun? Are you and your spouse, partner, or boyfriend or girlfriend experiencing disconnect, anger, annoyance, or poor communication? Or are you afraid to be real with them? Or do you feel like you're walking on eggshells? Or do you feel hurt by something they may have done? Are you unhappy with where you live, the people you surround yourself with, or the places you hang out, but feel powerless to make any changes? So if you said yes to any of these questions, you likely have a series of what I call unconscious programs and self-limiting beliefs that were developed during certain critical and very specific moments in your past. And if you do nothing about it, they can only get worse. You see, these past painful experiences and the various conclusions that you made during them form a chain of mostly unconscious patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving that I call the self-limiting framework. This self-limiting framework is the #1 factor responsible for all human suffering and failure. And without you knowing it, this invisible set of historically developed commands fires instantaneously outside of your conscious awareness whenever you encounter something in your present circumstances that appears to be similar in nature to anything that's contained in the self-limiting framework. For example, if at 4 years old your mother got angry with you for making a mess in the living room and she proceeds to spank you or yell at you, you may determine that you are a bad person, that you're unloved, and that your mother's dangerous and she's a hurtful person. But she's also someone who loves you and cares for you. So now you have associations of pain and pleasure to your mother, and you also start to believe a part of you is loved and good, but another part of you is bad and unloved. Well, this painful experience records in a part of your mind not easily accessible to your conscious mind, but has been stored in your brain to help protect you in the future from a similar situation. That part of your brain will replay the pain in your subconscious memory and cause you to think, feel, and even act in whatever way makes sense according to how it was recorded and the conclusions you formed. But you likely will not know or even remember where it comes from. So if in the future you're now married and you have your own kids, you may see the living room messy one day and start to feel mild anxiety or frustration about it, right? And well, that's the reaction being triggered from your subconscious mind. You may even yell at your kids or even spank them if they're responsible for it. You might decide to go pour a glass of wine or to ease the feelings or frustrations of anxiety, but no matter how you choose to deal with it, you will not alter the original recording of pain that is triggering your present experience. You see, these automatic reactions can cause you to think, feel, and act out in ways that are mildly to severely destructive to you and others. And in the moment it occurs, you'll likely feel that you have no control over this, or worse, you'll justify it or make excuses for it simply because you can't see what is causing it or why. And who wants to be wrong anyway, right? Because being wrong is one of our worst fears, since being wrong when we were growing up was often accompanied with punishment or pain. So this makes it hard for most of us to admit our mistakes, and so we make excuses, we tell stories, we lie, or we just avoid dealing with our destructive behavior. Many of us are also actively avoiding confrontation with our real problems. We choose a wide range of activities or even some self-help practices that actually only keep us busy avoiding the real issues we've so powerfully locked away in our minds. They may make us feel good even, but they don't actually produce real change. And even if we're sincerely seeking change, we may not be able to make any progress because the root cause remains hidden from our view. So don't underestimate the power of your past painful experiences and the conclusions that you made about yourself, others, and the world. I'm sure that you already know the consequences of reacting unconsciously, and you've been frustrated because of your many attempts to gain control over them without success. I know I have, many times in my life. See, these self-limiting thoughts, emotions, and behaviors can prevent us from doing what we love, from earning the money that we desire and deserve. They can ruin our relationships, stifle our creativity, cause us anxiety and feelings of depression, worry, and all kinds of illness in our physical bodies. They also can cause us to live a life of lies and addiction to destructive habits. We may lose power at work and wake up every day with no sense of purpose or meaning, all because we've been trying to live our lives with a ton of programming that we're unaware of that corrupts our ability to be successful. If you're tired of being held back from reaching your fullest potential, and you're committed to getting what you want and deserve in life, and if you're serious about clearing the limiting and binding factors that prevent you from living your most remarkable life now, and you truly wish to do something that works about it, then continue watching. See, about 5 years ago, after over 15 years of personal growth work within myself and working with other people, I realized there must be a way to accelerate the process of identifying and clearing what I call the self-limiting framework, that set of thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that are buried away in the subconscious mind. After participating in numerous groups, healing circles, transformational trainings, coaching sessions, programs, and studying everything I could on the subject of human performance, I determined to design a coaching group system of accelerated processing practices and techniques that would quickly and effectively liberate and empower members to begin living the life that they really want. You see, my team and I worked diligently to design and test and refine this group coaching experience until we got it just right. Everyone was blown away by how fast results showed up and the depth of awareness and understanding made possible in such a short amount of time. I've personally benefited immensely from the experiences time and time again, always feeling a new sense of profound inner liberty and personal and interpersonal transformation. But what is it that qualifies me to design such an experience, and why is it so important to me? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Back in 1999, I nearly died from a drug overdose, which resulted from living a life of crime and partying dangerously with drugs and alcohol. This experience caused me to question my life, my motives, and I made a radical change in my lifestyle and began practicing Zen Buddhist meditation, yoga, martial arts, and spending lots of time in nature, contemplating and trying to figure out how I ended up nearly killing myself and what life was really all about. I made adjustments to my diet, practiced fasting, and all manner of things just to make myself better. After a few months of not using drugs and alcohol, I began to remember painful memories of my stepdad abusing my mother severely for many years, from the age of 11 and into my later teen years. And I realized how much pain, trauma, and self-destructive judgments I imposed on myself, and how I was masking it all with my criminal lifestyle and heavy partying. So I got committed to facing it all and healing myself so that I could then turn and heal others, because my overdosing and nearly dying woke me up to how much pain and hurt that I was putting out into the world. I felt terrible for what I had done, so I felt guilty, I felt ashamed, and I determined to serve people instead of harming them. And soon I ventured into the library and started studying fervently to try and understand the meaning of life by diving into a wide range of religions, philosophies, and sciences. I studied a myriad of books on human behavior and psychology and started curating a powerful collection of my own books of some of the most potent, precise, and effective coaching, therapeutic, and transformation principles, practices, and methodologies. And it was a long, hard journey that eventually gave way to a brand new life of love and peace and harmony. All along the way, I dedicated myself to serving and working with others to help them as I was learning to help myself, and I also received help from my many great mentors and teachers. I continued to study all forms of healing, psychology, coaching, spirituality, and anything that I could find that would better myself and help me help others and facilitate the healing and empowerment process. I worked with a number of different teachers and groups, so I know what it's like to have a past filled with pain, shame, guilt, sheer terror even. I've walked a long, dark, and hard road through the pain into a world of crime, drugs, and violence, and then out of all of that to create a life that's filled with joy and the best that life has to offer. And because I've lived this, and I've worked it out, and I've been able to help countless others do the same, and I'm still doing that precisely today, I'm now committed to expanding it even further in the world. I know that if I can overcome all that I have in my life, then there's no reason why you cannot do the same. All it takes is a drop of willingness and your commitment to the life that you truly deserve, and you will do it. But don't just take my word for it. Here are some testimonials from those who participate in these groups with me.
Everything that has come up for me has been coming from such a deep place in myself, and there's no mistake that's called the core encounter, because I really felt like I really got into my core. I really got to experience parts of myself that have been hidden for such a long time.
I truly felt like I could say the worst thing that I've done and I would still be accepted and understood. And it's a feeling that I now crave.
My name's Ashley, and my experience today in the core encounter was real and authentic. I finally felt like I had a group of people where I can really be myself with, who are accepting and loving. I felt everyone's energy. I felt like it's okay to be me. Being
part of the core encounter and having this experience, I can now relate to different areas and bring and live a fuller life by expressing myself in ways that I haven't. And this allowed me to realize that I have not really been fully expressing myself. Thoughts that, perhaps I have in my head, but I do not communicate for whatever reason, whatever fears that, I don't want to hurt someone. And, what I found out is that those are the exact things that I should communicate.
It's a freedom to be who you are.
It's about coming out of your head and into your heart and expressing at a level where people really get that they matter to you.
It was a little emotional for me, having my sister there, because we don't really talk ever. And it was just, I saw her in a different light, in a different way of being. And that was really, it was very, very nice. And I feel like it really opened us up, and I feel like our relationship can really be good now.
It's very satisfying to hear someone communicate, and you know that what they're saying really is authentic. It's really what they're thinking. There's no separation between them. So having the space where communication with everyone, with the group, is like that. That's what's being cultivated as part of the core encounter.
It's just so intimate. I mean, it's just such a small group of people you go in with, and the connection is just so real. And
the more I open myself up, the more others open themselves up to me, and all of a sudden we're creating this beautiful space where everyone is just expressing themselves and communicating in a way that I've never experienced before.
I was feeling very frustrated earlier, and as soon as we got in the circle, my mind just got so clear. I wasn't thinking about what I should do with my life, what I should do with work, if I should clean the dishes. Like, my mind was just absolutely clear, and there was just a really nice, trusting space.
Every time that I've been in a part of this group, I walked away fulfilled. I walked away with more life in me, and also more awareness of myself, because the feedback that I receive, it's real feedback, and it's invaluable.
I've gone deeper in my emotions in that program than I've gone in any other program.
I think it's especially helpful for couples or for family members. Anyone that you perhaps have trouble communicating with.
And I know I can take that into my life now by trusting more, being more authentic with people, and really being more authentic with myself and stop being indecisive.
But you really start to let things out that maybe you've been holding on to all your life, which allows other things to start coming up as well.
I'm better able to adjust myself.
As the session goes on and as the weeks go on, it's quicker and easier to access those things that are important, to get more real.
I was able to release, I was able to feel supported, I was able to feel that I wasn't bad and wrong for having the feelings that I was having.
I can take responsibility for who I am, so that I can really not only create the life that I want, but I also see how my actions and how I do things really affect everything else.
The training is really good for building teamwork and leadership. I think it would be great for organizations.
So the Core Encounter gave me a voice. It allowed me to communicate. It allowed me to hear and to be understood. And it changed my life.
The power and the connection with myself is unparalleled.
I believe the Core Encounter is useful for anybody and everybody. Ideally, everyone will go through this program because it opens up levels of communication that you don't even know you can access.
It's awesome. Come to Core Encounter. Everyone's great.
I mean, the connection and the communication and the understanding that begins to be created it's amazing. It's life-changing. I don't know how else to say that. It's life-changing. If we can all put the effort into dropping down from the head to the heart and communicating authentically, I know this world will be a completely different place.
Now by now you may be wondering how you can learn more or perhaps even experience the Core Encounter for yourself. Well, due to the high quality control of the group and the need to create maximum benefit for every member, there's a discovery and breakthrough interview process that allows me or one of my trained facilitators to speak with you and to check and make sure that it's the right fit for you and for the group. This call doesn't cost you anything, but will in itself be tremendously valuable as we're going to explore your personal situation and we're going to offer good listening ear and true heartfelt support. I promise that you're going to get a breakthrough just inside of this call itself, whether or not you join our group. Groups are limited to 6 members and they fill up very fast. So if this experience is calling you and you wish to learn more, just book a call by clicking the button on this page. If you're interested in learning how to run and facilitate these groups, I'm training coaches now, and you can also ask about our Certified Purpose and Power Coach training program. This program will give you a chance to create powerful, life-changing breakthroughs for your participants that's very affordable for them, but pays you very well for your time. But more than that, it may just be the most rewarding and fulfilling work that you've ever done in your life. I know that it is for me. Remember, this is an accelerated coaching experience that very quickly identifies the hidden inner obstacles that have been holding you back for perhaps many years, if not your entire life. So we're looking only for those people who are serious and committed to making powerful breakthroughs fast. So let me clarify who this experience is for and who it's not for. All right, this experience is for you if you're really ready to face what you've been avoiding, ignoring, or simply unaware of that is sabotaging you in any and all areas of your life. Basically, you're sick of living a lie and a life that does not match what you know you truly want and deserve. It's also for you if you're frustrated enough and willing to do something about your complacency or your failure to achieve what you want. It's for you if you know it's time for you to break free and start designing and living the life that is rightfully yours and the life that brings you maximum fulfillment. It's for you if you're ready to step out as an entrepreneur and really have the courage and the confidence to sell yourself, your products, and your services to those who will truly benefit from them. It's for you if you're ready to start creating relationships that are authentic, loving, supportive, empowering, and filled with joy. It's for you if you've been trying for years to overcome some fear, some self-sabotaging patterns, or irrational thoughts, feelings, or behaviors that have kept you stuck. It's also for you if you're tired of feeling powerless in your relationships, unable to say what you want to say, or to listen to others without reacting. Now let me tell you who this experience is not for. It's not for you if you're committed to making excuses about your failures and your weaknesses. It's not for you if you're not ready to take full responsibility for all of your life, past, present, and future. Responsibility is true power. Irresponsibility leaves you powerless. It's not for you if you're unwilling to participate in a group setting by getting real, authentic, raw, vulnerable, responsible, and allow others to serve and support you. It's not for you if you're unwilling to participate in a group setting by getting real, authentic, vulnerable, raw, responsible, and allow others to serve and support you. And it's definitely not for you if you think you already know everything there is to know about yourself, life, or others. You see, the core encounter is a very powerful and intense transformational experience, and it's not for the semi-committed individual. It's only for those who wholeheartedly wish to wake up from the nightmares of self-limitation, fear, powerlessness, in any and all areas of your life. So you know who you are. If you're ready, go ahead and schedule your call now and get ready to make one of the most important journeys you'll ever make in your entire life. A journey into your most magnificent and invincible self. The journey into the core encounter. And if you know anyone else that's interested, please send them to this page. I'm Vince Bolito, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you and working with you. Infinite blessings your way.
Core encounter, it's so, so cool. You don't want to miss it, or else you'll be a boo.
You are the bomb. I love you.